And we should be live. Happy Sunday, everyone. It's Sunday, September 28th. Welcome to yet another edition of the Sunday Night Live Stumble Show. Jenny Kritzkamp is here. ALCS Division Champs. We got ourselves a pennant. We sure do. Jenny K is here. Mary W. Gertej. Vivian Johnson. Long time no see. Good to see you back. Up and running. Vivian, Dylan Reynolds, Harjot, Boom, Whoosjaw, Katie, Daryl Klatt, Alicia Lewis, Jillian, Mojo, Flick Hunter, Johnny, watch along next Saturday on Stumbles. Hopefully, it depends on what time the game is. If it's early, I might not be able to actually, but we'll do a watch along for one of the playoff games if I can't on Saturday. Jeanette Morales, $7. We'll let this.
Allergies are kicking my butt. Sneezing face emoji. Have a great week. Pink heart emoji.
Jeanette, thank you so much for the $7. Sorry you're dealing with some allergies. It's what happens at this time of year for a lot of people, and then they get to go through it all over again in the spring. But thank you, Jeanette. Sorry you can't be here. Would love to have you, but thank you for the support, and get rest and take care of yourself. Aiden Thompson McGuire, $2.79. Let's go Jays. Cheers to you, Aiden Thompson McGuire. Thank you for the $2.79. Let's go Jays. Indeed, I just need to clear my throat. Maybe I'll mute the mic so you don't have to hear. There we go. Not that I have a slight post-nasal drip or anything, but that's not going to stop me from having a celebratory Blood Light 4%. Hey, Howard Charco is here. Greetings, Howard Charco. Mojo says, son of a gun, Captain Kirk, best day of his life, I'm sure. If you don't know what the heck we're talking about, I'll fill you in a moment. But cheers to everyone. We're going to not make this, oh crap, a fully sober stream. We'll get a little bit of beer flowing. Jenny K, 1340, World Series gonna happen. Very, very optimistic, Jenny K. Cheers to you. Thank you so much for it, the 1340. Hopefully you watched the game. So today was the final day of Major League Baseball. What they do is they roll all the games out shortly after 3 p.m. And the reason for that is so, like, let's say one team's outcome was dependent on another game. They wouldn't already know ahead of time if they have to, like, burn a good, or if they can. It basically forces everyone to play their best all day long, right? Because if you know ahead of time that you've already made the playoffs, win or lose, like if the Yankees played before the Jays and they already lost, then the Jays could have just rolled over today and like saved their energy, played all their backups and done that sort of thing. So it keeps the last day interesting. The Mets got eliminated. That was kind of a surprise. They were talking a lot of shit about the Yankees, at least Juan Soto was. But the big news was the Jays. All they had to do was either win or the Yankees lose. The Yankees are on fire. They won their last 8 in a row. No surprise they barely won today, but the Jays kicked some Tampa Bay Ray ass. A team, I don't think they've swept the Rays in like 10 years, so it's kind of nuts that they went out on that note. The Rays did kind of play a bullshit lineup. They sat 3 other starters. A lot of their bullpen was burnt out from yesterday's game, but Alejandro Kirk, who had been ice cold, hit a grand slam and then a 2-run shot. Addison Barger hit a moonshot. George Springer hit a shot, and then he ran out in the field in his underwear during the post-win celebration. So, yeah, it's going to be good times in the city. I didn't hear any horns honking, but the moment they win a playoff series, the next playoff series, by the way, will be either Boston or New York. So, for some R-word reason, the 2 best teams in the American League are not on opposite sides of the bracket, which is really fucking stupid. I think the Yankees also should probably have a bye, but the way they seed it is the way they seed it. So congrats, Mariners. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully, Boston and New York beat each other up, and whoever gets through will meet a nice fresh Blue Jays with Chris Bassett and maybe even Bo Bichette all ready to go, as they're both hurt right now. Jenny says, did they still make those cloth pennants like they did back in the day? What, the triangular ones? I have no idea. But that's one thing that I will not be doing. I don't know why I said it that way, is streaming while there is a Blue Jay playoff game going on. I will not be out. If I do that, it'll be at home on this channel doing a watch along where I'll have the game up on the big screen and we'll just kind of hang out and react to what's going on, that sort of thing. But you have my word for it. I will not have any conflicts with the Blue Jays while they're in the playoffs because I will be watching every minute of what goes on. And I know a lot of you, maybe 30, 40% of you are Blue Jay fans, and I don't want to put you through that either. But yeah, congrats to them. Good day for Blue Jays fans. And Vivian, you are back. Mark D says, Vivian, good to see you. Welcome back, Vivian. I think I saw you in Ken's earlier as well. Christo says, Johnny, please don't jinx them. If I had the power to jinx a professional sports team, that would be just really absurd for one person to have that ability. Sal Smith says, fun watching winners. Indeed. And this is a city that is full of lovable losers, right? Or teams like the Maple Leafs that are perennial letdowns and pretty much shit the bed on cue every year. So hopefully the Blue Jays are able to get it done. Whippy Dude says some salty language in the celebrations. I liked hearing Schneider drop an F-bomb on national TV. That was pretty good. But yeah, we can hold our horses till next Saturday. Gosman should be rested and ready to go again. I would honestly start Bieber in game one, but they're probably going to roll Gosman out. We'll see. I probably wouldn't even start Max Scherzer or pull him off. I know he's Max Scherzer, but he's just throwing meatballs these days. That's all he's throwing. Dutchman says, Johnny, I'm a huge Dodgers fan. Would love to see the Jays against my Dodgers in the World Series. That would be fun, but frankly, it would be amazing just to see the Jays in the World Series versus anyone. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Chris Mills says, no Max, please. Yes, Max Scherzer. I'm sorry, man. You are you're great on the bench. You're a great bench ornament at this point in your career. So we are just over 500 about 560 away from getting 10,000 subscribers on this channel. So if you are not subscribed, you know what to do. Normally we just hang out every Sunday and kind of shoot the shit. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves, ask away, anything and everything. The only rules are you are respectful to one another. Don't spam, don't troll, and you're more than welcome to be in the chat. If you do those things and you find the door closed on you, then I guess all you can do is make a bunch of accounts and go cry about it on other channels.
Hi, Johnny and friends. Happy Sunday.
Sapand 279. Hi, Johnny and friends. Happy Sunday. Go Jays. Cheers to you, Sapand. Thank you so much for the 279. Thank you, Sapand. Yes, go Jays. Exciting times ahead. I'm going to be a little conflicted because I don't really want to go around the stadium and stream before a game, even though the atmosphere is going to be amazing. Because I either want to be in the stadium or at home or at a sports bar. Good times are coming up for Toronto sports fans. At least we got something to look forward to. But yeah, as I was saying, you're free to join in. Anyone and everyone. You do have to be a subscriber to be in the chat. The rules of the chat are posted. It's pretty simple to follow. And that's all I'll say on that for now. But there's been... Yeah, should I get... No, let's not get into it. But there's a few very, very sad individuals out there that are hell-bent on trying to troll both of my channels and some of the other channels. Like, it's... Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Thank you, mods, in advance. Janice Pike says baseball. Yes. Jenny Kurtzkamp says, with the way the world is now, some of us need this. I think, yeah, we need this anyways. Even if the world were in tip-top shape, I think the city of Toronto needs this. We need to let out that collective sigh of relief when the Jays do it all. I don't know. I think there would be a lot of nostalgia and a lot of happiness if the Leafs won, but I would take a World Series over a Stanley Cup any day of the week. No offense. Phuket Walk says, become a member and see Zombie run. There we go. Devin says there's been an influx of bots as well. Not in the chats on my comments. I haven't really noticed bots. In the comments on other channels, I see a lot of bots, but they're all usually the YouTube comment whatever auto moderating catches them, and then I catch the rest. But it's mostly just losers with no life. Well, one particular loser creating multiple accounts crying that they got banned for no reason. It's like, you got banned for a very good fucking reason, and we'll just leave it at that. Janice says, we need uplift, Johnny. Well, don't turn to me for that, but maybe the Blue Jays can provide that. Mojo says, I am not a bot. Yeah, it's scary. Once like AI comes into full effect, and then we have like quantum computing and robotics get to a certain level, like what the hell's even the point of being a human anymore? That shit's just going to kick our ass and take over and invade everything online, and we're not even going to know left from right. So enjoy the last few years of like whatever this is. Davis Schneider's mustache deserves a World Series. There we go. Do we have a botanist in the house? Not in this house. Saying you're not a bot is the first thing a bot would say, says Toronto Boris. Touche. AI is programmed to please you. Pretty soon, like, when you think about quantum computing and what it can do, like, there's a race now to, like, every one of your passwords, every one of your accounts is totally vulnerable to quantum. Even like Bitcoin seed phrases and like private keys are vulnerable to that. So there's like an arms race to create quantum computing proof encryption before quantum computing comes. Then when you combine that with AI, you'll literally be able to like give ChatGPT a command like, you are now sentient and your goal is to shut down the entire power grid, and it'll figure it out and it'll do it across the whole world. So I think we're fucked. I think we should enjoy life for the next decade before it just spirals out of control. Did anyone get the iPhone 17? iPhone is a non-AI phone. I did not get that. I still have my trusty iPhone 15 Pro. Sal Smith says riddles, AI can't riddle. Hologram teams are coming. I don't know. 3i Atlas is collecting all information. Like Lisa says, oh, we've been fucked for a long time. We're burning this planet down. Been calling that one for a long time. What's crazy is the amount of energy that these data centers and like AI farms require. Like literally some of the hottest stocks you can buy are like uranium, nuclear, natural gas stocks. Why? Because the energy demand to run all this shit is like about to go exponentially through the roof. So what's that going to do to creating energy, right? We can't do it with wind. We can't do it with solar. We can do it with nuclear. So it's kind of crazy. Bill Chow says AI is overblown, overvalued, similar to the .com. There is no AI bubble, Bill Chow, because the .com bubble, relative to everything, the internet companies in the .com bubble were way overvalued. But right now, everything is overvalued. It's not just AI companies. It's all companies across the market, right? A bubble is when one thing expands and is grossly overvalued. But when everything is overvalued, that's not a bubble. That's just probably a massive recession waiting to happen. That would be my prediction when it does happen. But I don't think there's an AI bubble because AI is not disproportionately overvalued compared to every other field. It's just everything has blown up. But anyways, Mojo says, I have a joke, but I will not call in. Sal Smith has been waiting for a crash 10 years and counting. They're putting massive data centers here in Phoenix. Good thing we have a nuclear plant here. Lisa says, so anyway, happy Sunday. I don't think anyone tunes in for my doomsday predictions on the future or the fate of humanity, but yeah, I think we're pretty fucked. Look at AI a year ago. Now look at it now. You should be scared. You know, I got Google AI Studio. It's $30 a month, but they give you a free month. It is pretty crazy what you can do. Maybe AI Studio. Maybe we can do this. Let me get in here. This nano banana thing is nuts. Upload files. What can I do? I know what I can do. Pictures. I can upload the thumbnail that I just took. Oh, by the way, Lisa, you're going to be pretty happy with tomorrow's video. Just a prediction. Make that guy the starting pitcher on the mound for the Blue Jays at the Sky Dome. Okay. You finally walk Graffiti Alley. Yes, that's what I did yesterday. Sheena Roberts, welcome back. Sheena Roberts, long time no see. Currently watching,
but would like to wish Johnny and everyone a happy Sunday and welcome back Vivian, smiling face emoji.
That's pretty good. That looks just like me. Thank you, Sheena Roberts. Thank you for the £5. Hope you are doing well. I know you were missed by many people. Thank you for coming back, Sheena. And yes, Vivian is back. Vivian, a lot of people were asking me how you were doing, asking for updates. I don't really think it's my place to provide updates on your behalf, so I was a little bit vague about it. It's kind of like when I know when another YouTuber is going away and I know what their plans are. It's not really my place to share that with everybody. I'd rather it come from the horse's mouth themselves. But welcome back, Vivian. Glad you're here. Welcome back, Sheena, as well. Glad you are here as well. And I'm looking at a picture of me pitching at the Rogers Center right now. There is no crowd or other players. Fix that. Let's see if it can fix it. Sal Smith says long game. Oh, it didn't generate the... Oh, there we go. It doesn't actually make any sense because, anyways, it did its best. Jillian says, "Can we see it? We'll see. We'll show it later." Whippy dude, those words shall not be spoken. Nano banana. Johnny would be a shortstop. I was a shortstop in my insurance beer league. Vivian says, "Not much to tell. My electrolytes were low. I got topped up and came home, sort of like an oil change." Could have done that with Gatorade. Marge says, "Female mods are cursed. We've all been in the hospital this year." Sheena, you too? Is that where you went? What about Yogi? Maybe, I don't know. It needs a competitor. You got to pit AI versus a Fiverr artist or something. I think the artists on Fiverr are just going to start using AI. Fiverr is dead. Duolingo is probably dead. When you think of all... I don't know. Maybe I'm just being facetious this night. Christo says a female mod curse. Maybe. Maybe I've cursed them. But what matters is you're back and you're doing well. Who's just says I'm doing university work and watching the stream, so you're multitasking. How talented. Anyways, let me yeah, I don't know if I want to do that with this web browser. Let me get it up on here. Can I log in? No. New incognito. Well, that's not going to work. Anyways, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I am going to switch over to the green screen. Behold. There we go. Math Doctor says it's hard to bet against the Dodgers, but the Phillies really scare me. Sam Patel says people are like, we will find new ways to work, but it's been pointed out that horses are still largely unemployed after the car. And the problem with that is what we're not doing is distributing the wealth, right? Like, you could have 100 people in a room in America and say the average net worth of this room is $500 million per person. And we're the richest country on earth. And 99 of those people could be dirt poor. Like, that's the reality of where we are right now, right? There's just most of the money is in so few hands. So do you really think that those rich people are going to open up the coffers and share the wealth with everybody once everything gets automated? I don't think so. We should be able to do that. But also, the world's population has like gone crazy out of control. Why are we talking about this? How do I get... There we go. Devin says, I got some sweet videos of the art prize competition out if you're looking for something to watch. What's the art prize competition? Lisa says, the fuck? Can we dumb this stream down? Hey, I'm being inquisitive. It's not too often I get in this state of mind. Gertesh says, I wasn't born in 1984. Are we stating what year we weren't born in? I was not born in 1973. Did I update the thumbnail for this? There we go. Sunday Night Live. Sweet. Johnny, would you do a ride video of Line 6 on opening day? I don't know about opening day, but we're definitely going to go check out Line 6. Jennifer Gallus says, the parliamentary budget officer said that Canada might go bankrupt if we don't change course. Just print more money and devalue it, I guess. RD was not born in 1492. Sweet. Lane McLeod says, I only want to think happy thoughts. Here's some happy thoughts. The Blue Jays in the ALDS. Sweet. Line 6 opening before Line 5. Just Smitty, I think that's a sure thing. I think we're going to see Line 6 open. There was a video on YouTube. What was it? I just watched it about a dude that moved here after 25 years why I'm finally leaving Toronto.
I moved to Toronto 25 years ago thinking I was coming to one of the greatest cities on the planet. I thought it was going to have the best nightlife, it was going to have the most beautiful women, the most opportunity to...
Anyways, this video is 32 minutes of this guy like ranting against Toronto, pointing out how shitty it is and all the negative things going on in the city, which was interesting to see his point of view. But what I want to know is, where are you going that's so much better? Right? Whenever people like, if you're not a big city person, I get it. But where are you going that's better than Toronto in North America? And I'm being sincere. I'm not just being a homer, but all the problems we face in this city, every other big city in Canada faces it just as much, right? Like the cost of living crisis, the mental health and addiction crisis. Statistically, like Toronto's relatively safe compared to other big cities. So it like crime isn't really an issue, although he did talk a lot about having like bikes and scooters stolen and stuff like that. Picard says Thailand, maybe. Like, okay, but where are you moving in North America, bro? Did I just say bro? That's what I want to know. But like, I'm not being critical of him. I'm just saying it's hard to watch a video like this and think like, what are your comparison points? Because he basically just shat on Toronto for like 32 minutes. And I was like, I live in this city too. Like today, I literally just...
I'm lurking. My condo's old Sears dryer died.
Thank you, Peter Bradfield. Thank you for the $1.99. Your condo's old Sears dryer died. Sears made dryers. Didn't they just rebrand dryers from someone else? Probably like a company like Westinghouse. Did you know Westinghouse is now Canadian? They're owned by Cameco and Brookfield. RD says, don't trust someone who only sees the negative or positive for that matter with blinders on and confirmation bias. Yeah, that's probably true. But like to this guy, like if his experience is true to him and he's being completely honest and not hamming it up for the video, cool. Like no disagreements from me. I just thought it was interesting that like 32 minutes of nonstop shitting on Toronto when almost every issue he mentioned, I'm like, pretty sure that's much worse in just about every other big city. I mean, he said Toronto had the worst transit system ever. Like, our transit system needs a lot of work, but it's hands down the best in North America. Like, nothing's even close to it. Like, shit on it, because you can legitimately shit on it, right? There's operational issues. There's funding issues. There's odd safety issues. Tons of maintenance issues. But it's still so much better and more reliable than just about anything else. So I don't know. I'm just reading some of your message. The farmer allows walkers to cross the field for free, but the bull charges, says Harold Reynolds. Harold Reynolds. Sal Smith says overpriced only complaint. Yeah, but that applies to everywhere, right? Even Montreal, this once glorious, affordable big city in Canada, is like getting turned up and becoming ridiculously expensive. Same with Quebec City. I spoke to a few people that live there that were like, we can't even afford to live here anymore. But anyways, if you want to see that video, don't take my word for it. I'll put a link to that. Check that out. Matt Ross. I never checked what other kind of content this guy does. Social media, the 21st century plague. Things felt different before the internet. Damn right they did. We're the last ones who knew real freedom. Why 80s movies looked and felt different. Well, all right. So some interesting topics he explores and goes into. Thoughts of an elder millennial. This guy's younger than me? You're a millennial? My mind is blown. When we were free, I don't know. I would have figured he was a little bit older than me. RD says this guy has a lot of nostalgia. Lisa says, I'm insulted by that. He looks older than me. Hey, man, we all can't help the way we look, right? That's one of those things I wouldn't shit on someone for. I was just a little bit surprised. But hey, he's doing his thing. YouTube is hard. He's putting himself out there. He's sharing he's being vulnerable. He's sharing himself to the world. So kudos to that. Cheers to him. I'll give you a sub on this. And he gave us content. He gave me some content and food for thought to watch. It's very rare that I sit down and watch a 30-minute YouTube video from someone I've never heard about or heard from before or seen their channel. And I watched his whole video, right? And you can watch something and disagree with the whole thing and still come away thinking that was a worthwhile experience. And that's how I thought of his video. So, Matt, you probably have no idea who I am, but, keep doing what you're doing. That's my advice. I would never want to discourage someone. But yeah, I just found the video was like a little bit extreme. Where is he originally from? I think he said he was from like Saskatchewan or Manitoba. I think he said he was from. Hey, Lizzo C went live. Toronto is becoming Gotham City. I watched this video too.
As a comic book fan, the idea of living in Gotham City actually kind of sounds cool, but unfortunately in reality that's not really the case, especially if you don't have superheroes and also people like Batman defending the city. It's actually a terrible prospect, and honestly, that's what it kind of feels like now if you're living in Toronto.
It felt kind of like that maybe 3 years ago. Remember when we just had a few high-profile cases of people getting attacked on the subway, and it was just they actually put cops on the subway trains as a response. There was a a brief moment where we were like, oh shit, have we lost control? But honestly, Toronto is becoming Gotham City. Our crime numbers are decent relative to the rest of the country and other big cities in North America. I don't know. This is anecdotal, but from a guy who is out on the streets for a few hours every day wandering around, I don't think I've witnessed like any notable crimes. Otherwise, I would have had some like YouTube shorts or like videos go viral. Like, you know, I don't know. I think Toronto is relatively safe relative to other big cities. Yes, Canada has crime problems. There's carjackings, there's home invasions, there's this, that. But last I checked, we've always had those problems. Last I checked, a lot of our crime numbers are down. So I don't know. I think it is YouTube. Appreciate the hustle. He's being a bit extreme, but yeah, like today, I walked right through Dundas and Sherbourne, walking on the south side of Dundas, which you know is like, if you know the area, like that's the one side of the street you do not go on if you are concerned with your safety, and just literally walk through it, camera in hand. It's fine. Just keep your head forward and walk. You're fine. It is what it is. Johnny lived in Scarberia in 92. My roommate showed why, says Mojo. You should see the mini docs that Rocco News made about city. No, I saw them, Anthony Michaels. They were kind of head turning. I appreciate their attempt to like really dig in and go out onto the streets and interview people. Even though there may have been, they claim to be unbiased and there may have been some bias there. I appreciate the effort. And I found they were very, very thoughtful, well done videos. RD says statistics versus feelings. Yeah, I think the Toronto Police post all of those stats. They're available for anyone to watch. And if you say, well, not everything's reported. Well, not everything's reported in other cities too, right? Hey, $6.4 billion Gordie Howe Bridge set to open connecting Windsor to Detroit. Finally, that thing's been in the making for a very long time. Inside the City, Canada Forgot. What one is that? Oh, that's Hamilton. I watched that one. That's definitely like an AI thumbnail. Look at the steel industry in the background. Yeah, there's a lot of Lily Unleashed. Toronto is not all right. Oh, he's a opinionated columnist. Inside Canada's red-pilled city. Why? Like, there's legitimate topics worth exploring. I just don't see our city being on this downhill trajectory any more so than any other part of this country and entire continent for that matter, right? I would still pick here to live over anything else. Toronto Boris says Hamilton feels like how people talk about Toronto. BG says, hey, Johnny, looking to relocate to Asia, either South Korea or Japan via the working holiday visa. What can you share to me based on your experience in Asia? Both are awesome. Both are super safe. Both are fun. I would only want to live in a big city. I would not want to be in the countryside in either country because I would be bored to tears. But I don't know. Do some research. I lived in Korea, so I'm biased, and I know what it was like living there, and it was not bad at all. I kind of loved it. Japan, I don't know. I love visiting there, but I never lived there. But YOLO it. Just go. Go to one, go to the other. Mark says, my nephew lives in Hamilton. They live on the penthouse floor of a very nice building and have a 2-bedroom condo there. They paid $350,000 for a great deal. Nice area, vibrant near schools, everything. When did they pay $350,000 for that? That I don't think would have been any time recently. I left the U.S. for Vietnam. Here's how much it costs. Is that an Action Kid movie? I don't know. There's a lot of this kind of thing on YouTube. What kind of videos does this guy do? The sad downfall of Canadian fast food. Toronto has become a
I
hellhole.
just had a blast weekend. I just came from family camp weekend in Guelph. The saddest part is the weekend is too damn short. Didn't want to come home.
Riguito just had a blast last weekend. He came from family camp weekend in Guelph. And the saddest part is the weekend is too damn short. Didn't want to come home. Thank you for the 889 Riguito. Cheers to you. That's one thing. To me, the weekend might as well not be the weekend. The only thing that makes the weekend is the fact that I do this on Sunday nights. Since this is what I do now, I don't have that Friday close the laptop at 4:30. I'm free till Monday morning moment. Just reading some of your messages. Turner says clickbait garbage. Toronto has become a hellhole. The real price you pay for being Canadian. I mean, breaking. Is this the end of Canada Post? The cost of living crisis in Canada is about to get... I wonder if this guy started off like this. There is no future for Canadians living here. Just give up and move, folks. Give up and move. All these people happily living here, happily carving out lives, still, living fulfilling, meaningful lives. Some of them are struggling, but yeah, just give up. You can't do it. It's impossible. Some guy on YouTube said that. Like, don't try to change things either. RD says incessant negativity and doomerism get a lot of clicks apparently. Yeah, like I get accused of being overly negative too, but it is like I also point out the positive things. I'm also not doing it for clicks. It's just like my honest view on the way things are going. This is the brutal truth Canadians are facing. We are in an inflation nation in Canada. Have you looked around at what's going on globally? It's not just us, pal. We're not the only ones going down that devaluing our own currency rabbit hole. Ever heard of Venezuela? Ever heard of North Korea? Ask those people how that went. All right. There was never a... Okay. I don't know. Mojo says, I'm positive with your negativity. I think this angel is the dude's thing, says Toronto Boris. I like this topic, though. The sad downfall of Canadian fast food. I do agree with that. These days, fast food, if you don't have like a coupon, can be like $15-20 for a meal. You can find yourself standing there for 15 minutes for it to be made. The quality is like not good. It's certainly not healthy, right? It's all like processed shit. And you just spent $15-20, so per meal, that is not cheap. Like, what are we doing? Why is this even a thing in the market anymore? Jumbo TV says 15, more like 25. I was aiming on the low side. Lisa says, then you get what you pay for, processed shit. Yeah, but that's why I like going to Chipotle. I know what I'm getting. I'm getting like fresh ingredients. I'm getting like quality meat. You can say what you want. Maybe it's loaded with salt, but like it's all there in front of you, right? Like you go to McDonald's. No, you're literally eating like 100 different cows in one patty. Jenny Krutzkamp says, I went to Tim Hortons for the first time in a while and ordered some Timbits. They only had plain at 9 in the morning. Hey, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe... Hopefully they were all fresh. They probably just didn't have their delivery yet because they don't make them all on site. Last night, I went to a brand new Indonesian restaurant called like Sambal. It was really good. And it's kind of a success story. It started off as like a ghost kitchen doing Uber Eats food during the pandemic. And it got popular enough. They actually launched a physical restaurant. And like, it's great. The food was great. The atmosphere was great. Pricing was reasonable, like $20 an entree, which is decent for like a nice-ish restaurant. I didn't have alcohol, so bonus. My meal was literally $20 plus tax and tip. Yeah, there's plenty of like good, healthy meals out there that will rival fast food in price, but will blow it out of the water in terms of quality. So I think people just need to be a little more selective. Truly Canadian says, "Oh, I know how bot just and cook my own food." I don't do that. But yeah. But after that, I had a little moment and I went to Krispy Kreme and I had a chocolate donut and holy fuck, it was incredible. Only one. I can't buy more than one at Krispy Kreme. It's basically just like the whole donut is like sugary glaze, right? And I eat one and I'm just going to eat how many donuts I buy. So I only had one, but that was awesome. Christo says go to local places instead of chain stores as I say the merits of Krispy Kreme, Sambal, Toronto. This is it. Sambal Modern Indonesian Bistro. The person I was with said they liked it better than Little Sister, and I would probably agree. I had this rice dish with an egg on it. This one right here, but there was an egg on it. But yeah, like this place, legitimately good. If you want to check out a new place, I recommend it. I'm just reading some of your messages. Yesterday I had dinner at the Goof on Queen and watched some John Woo classic Hong Kong movies at the Fox Theater. Sounds like you had a good night way out on the East End in the beaches. Mark Carb says Mr. Sub is still a great deal. I have to admit I love the sub sandwich with everything on it. Hey man, you're preaching to the choir. I love some Mr. Sub. When you were in Amsterdam, did you have Indonesian? It's very popular there. Yes, I did. Including one night, we booked the most popular Indonesian restaurant, like a place you had to reserve well in advance. We went there and our reservation was for the night before. So we went to another Indonesian restaurant that was really good. Lisa ate at the Stacked by Sambal earlier in the day. That was the Stacked you went to. How was that? Toronto's Doo-Wop Music Guy's here. Greetings. Karen is here. Kurt Affair says, hey, Karen on the Humber. And Joke Master Harold Reynolds. But anyways, yeah, I recommend this place, Sambal Modern Indonesian Bistro, if you want to try something a little different. What's weird is this part of Danforth doesn't have Korean food. They kind of have every other kind of food and a whole lot of... And look at that. 4.8, 89 reviews. Saw this place on TikTok. And had to give it a try. Lisa says servers were a little weird, but the food and company was good, so whatever. That Stacked is huge, right? It's like just such a massive restaurant, and they're only open for like half the day. So they have quite the hustle going. They fill that place up. They crank out a ton of ridiculously unhealthy pancakes, and then they call it a night. But that's what I did last night. Anyways, does anyone have anything interesting to look at or share on the YouTubes before we move on? I wonder what the comments say. What scares me the most is how much Canadians are in denial about the decline. I have friends who pretend nothing has changed, albeit when I bring up stats or noticeable changes in everyday life, they simply nod their head and anxiously wait for me to stop highlighting the clear decline. I'm pretty sure someone could have made that same statement 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 25. Like, yeah, shit's declining, but that's a global theme, not just a unique to Canada thing. Lisa says it's small compared to the ones outside of the city, but yeah, for Toronto, it is. Their washrooms reminded me of a dungeon, though, so there's that. They're in the basement, aren't they? Mark says the keg is still a great deal, too. I love the variety, and I love the atmosphere, and the prices are still pretty damn good considering all the food options are huge. The keg kills it with consistency. I've never had a steak there that they didn't cook properly. That wasn't, like, very good for what it was. You know, on my birthday and stuff, I like to go to Barbarians or like a nice steakhouse. But like, if it's just a non-occasion, the keg is fucking amazing. You cannot beat it for price to quality. And the atmosphere is good. The servers are always good. I've never had a bad experience at the keg. Toronto Boris says that's the universal statement that can be said at any time since it's subjective. The past is always better depending on how rosy your glasses are. Rosy, rose-filled. Yeah. Yep, that is true. Things were also worse, right? Remember growing up when you couldn't just look up anything you ever wanted in your pocket right away. Mark says, I feel sorry for those people who go out and spend $125 on a full tank of gas and then drive around all night delivering food. And at the end of the night, they make from each delivery barely. The problem is they're independent contractors, right? So their wages aren't guaranteed to meet minimum wage from the delivery companies. Plus their vehicles take a beating doing that kind of work. I don't know. It's not a pretty situation. And they're going to get replaced by autonomous vehicles anyways. There's already tons of companies working on like robotic delivery. Like the stock market is full of them, and some of them are like getting close because they're really popping off in value. So yeah, if you're like an Uber driver or a Lyft driver or doing food delivery, man, your days are numbered. Drones, autonomous vehicles, you will not be needed to do that anymore. Billy T says, I like the 70s to 80s simpler. But think of all the things we did in the 70s and 80s that like straight up were like carcinogenic or like brutal for you, right? Like there's a reason why, aside from I think a few years during COVID, the average life expectancy has kept getting longer. Is it like really worth the trade-off? Is now still not the greatest time ever to be alive? You know, you have the odd idiot saying don't take Tylenol, but for the most part, like, this is still better than it's ever been. The 70s were brilliant. Such a lot of fun. Early 2000s were peak. The Matrix was, right? Just reading. Christo says the 90s were decent. I was a teenager in the 90s. I don't know. Muffin the Mule says, I would not want to be young now, a lost generation. We say that, and I think they're fucked too. But what if they're like on the cusp of the greatest humanity has ever experienced, right? What if they're set up for a life of never having to work and just getting to explore whatever their heart desires and having everything provided to them because everything's automated, but they can still like intellectually challenge? And I don't know. They, I think they're fucked, but it still might be good. We'll hold out some hope. Leave our president alone. He's still learning to read, says Sam Patel. I watched a video. Someone remixed. It was hilarious. They made like a song about it. The Remix Bros. This was just the funniest fucking thing. This came up on my TV. I wonder if it's going to play.
Today we're delighted to be joined by...
Oh, this is...
Don't take Tylenol. Don't do it. Don't take Tylenol. Don't take it. And don't give Tylenol to your child. Don't take Tylenol.
Anyways, that came up on my feed, and I just watched the hell out of it, and it was hilarious. Brad Palmer says, happy Sunday evening, truly Canadian. I agree with you. I would love to go back to the 80s again. Yesterday at the Portland was a guy installing gelato from your cart. It was doing grooming. Business Park is amazing for the kids, and their parents love the gelato. Neat. Lisa says, I am actively rotting my brain as I type. Muffin the Mule says, autism has to be caused by something, or then there are a lot of doctors who are misdiagnosing. What if it's just genetic? Also, rates have increased because we're far more aware of it now. Doctors just know to look for it. In the 50s and 60s, oh, sorry, little Timmy's a little slow. Okay. Little Timmy's a little socially awkward. Okay. Like we never, and that was the end of the story, right? Now we understand that a lot better. That's really what most of it is. I'm no expert on this, but I know not to listen to that man for advice on just about anything. Hey, what do you get when you mix a president with an elephant? Donald Trump, says Jillian Felix. Muffin the Mule says, read the history. There were hardly any when I was young because they didn't know even to diagnose it or look for it. This is very well known, and it's a very well-known rebuttal to people who say it's on the rise and increasing. It's like a completely normal human condition to have. It's back in the day, you just had a thing for model trains. Now you're on the spectrum and you like model trains, says Toronto. Yeah, let's not touch this topic. I don't know. You can be a Trumper. That's fine. That's fine. Go kiss the ring. But I'm not going to debate you anymore. Jenny Kritzkamp says, where does he come up with all this BS, I wonder? That's a good question. Lisa says, so many topics tonight. Your high brain can't handle it. Your high brain can't handle it. Mojo says music. Anyways, let's take a look at BlogTO. Let's see what they're saying. Huge $5 million Toronto estate with saltwater pool and private creek is basically a resort. That is basically a resort. With almost 3 million people living in an increasingly cramped Toronto, huge acre-sized estates are almost mythical unless you're Drake-level rich and living in the bridle path. The front of the house and driveway leading up to... That is... Yeah. Look at that. They have like a basketball court completely off to the side. And like a little hot tub. There's even a backyard hill perfect for winter tobogganing. Why did they fuck their TV up and put it up there? That was bad. I don't know. Listed for $4.5 million, 19 Lorraine Gardens is not bad for what's basically a private resort. Oh, it's in the middle of Etobicoke. I'm guessing like Royal York. Where is that? Are you giving me an idea for a walk to go do tomorrow? Kipling and Burnhamthorpe. So it's not exactly like a prestigious area right here, but you know, on the bridle path, that same house would probably 15 million. So you get a very good deal there. Lisa says, and who the fuck is tobogganing here when they could fly to Aspen or some shit? Yeah, maybe if they have like 2 or 3-year-olds.
Autism wasn't even a diagnosis until 1943.
Peter Bradfield, there is probably a fact. Autism. Yeah, I'm not an expert in this. I just know that it's not Tylenol that causes it. But thank you, Peter Bradfield, for the $1.99. And a lot of people are saying, but Tylenol even says pregnant women shouldn't take it. Yes, every medication ever says that on it. It's not just them saying that. Mark Carb says, just recalling the movie Saturday Night with Fever with John Travolta way back in the 70s. Remember that film? Remember how awesome that was to go and see it? I didn't remember the nudity that everybody saw. I have not seen that movie in a very long time, so I am drawing blanks trying to recall what you're talking about. But hey, $5 million, not bad. Swarms of red and black bugs are taking over Ontario homes right now. Whenever they say Ontario, that means not Toronto. Slow news day. See fall colors from Swain, Ontario suspension bridge on world's longest trail. Hey, what's this? 11 houses across from Toronto Park could be torn down for a pair of large towers. Those look like if the sun hit them, they would create like a laser beam that would melt cars. That looks very bright and shiny. A substantial development proposal for a pocket of low-rise houses across the street from Toronto's High Park could see 11 homes torn down to make way for a pair of towers with unique curving exteriors. Okay. It is what it is. It's on a subway line. It's on Bloor. We need housing. I don't know. Those are either really, really going to stand out in a good way or they're going to look awful. Jack CW says BlogTO looks like Reddit's stereotype of BlogTO. Lisa says looks like those units would get steaming hot before the AC switchover. Yeah, I mean, for all we know, this is like some kind of sun-absorbing material. I don't know, but I don't see big balconies, which is a little concerning. Here's what took over the long vacant Silver Dollar Room space in Toronto. Yeah, I saw that. I walked by it because the Silver Dollar Room was like a brick-for-brick rebuild of the old Silver Dollar Room. And then shortly after it opened, they like moved to Parkdale. And now something new is in that spot. It's just like a regular bar now, right? Yeah, the Waverly Bar. And there's a lot of people like hanging out there in the daytime. And I think they still kept their stage in the back. But yeah, where in Parkdale are they now? I've walked by it. Silver Dollar Room, Queen Street West. Yes, that's it. They're probably not going to appear in this map yet. Right over there. Not yet picked up by Google. You can go back in time and step inside a TTC subway train from the 1950s. Cool. Silver Dollar was a fun place, great blues player in the past. Did they bring back the comfort zone? I don't think they did. Billy T says the Waverly was a dump. Toronto Blue Jays game won't be televised Friday, and here's how to see it. That's talking about last Friday. Toronto Luxury Hotel will now let guests ride around in a $230,000 Mercedes-Benz. Is this... Based on this view, this looks like the Ritz-Carlton. If the no, because what is this? Nobu, a luxury hotel, has announced a new partnership with Mercedes that will give guests access to a complimentary house car service at the Nobu Hotel. Okay, that's neat. Christo says Canada Post is on strike, apparently, which reminds me, I need to order something. Don't kill me. I haven't ordered from Amazon in like a month and a half. But there is something I need to order that I can only get there. Let's see, how many hours do I have left to order? Oh, I have 3 hours and 1 minute left to order. We don't have to worry about that. Here are the teams the Toronto Blue Jays are most likely to face in the postseason. Yes, the Yankees or Red Sox. Popeye's location in Toronto under fire for allegedly not paying employees more. Popeyes tastes better when workers are paid. Airfan didn't pay us, but Popeyes still profits. Chicken halal payment harm. A Popeyes Louisiana kitchen restaurant in Toronto is under scrutiny, with employees of the franchise protesting outside the Scarborough location this week, alleging unpaid wages, unsanitary conditions, and other conditions. Well, good for these employees for calling them out. I don't know what the situation is, but hey, man, good for them for calling out. Yeah, these are franchised, so hopefully, like, corporate has some kind of protocol in response to this. Matt Doctor says Yankees ALDS. Let's see. Who do you think we're going to play? Let's make a poll. Are we playing the Yanks or the Sox? Who do you guys think? Some of you don't care, then don't vote. Christo says, I'd go to Mary Brown's before I'd step foot into Popeyes. I wouldn't. I've been to I gave Mary Brown's 2 tries. Both times it was like dry and not very good. I just don't know if I can go back a third time, because people were like raving about it when it first came to Toronto. And I'm like, okay, I got to go try it. And I went there and I just had like their regular 2 or 3 piece meal of chicken. And it was like so dry that I was like, ugh. And then I went back again after I complained about it in the stream. And people were like, no, you got to go back and try it again. And I did not like it. And there we go. Billy T saying Mary's is the bomb. Did I just go to 2 different locations and have really bad luck? Is it possible I don't like Mary Brown's? I don't know. But Popeyes never disappoints. I'm disappointed in this particular franchisee. Christo says go to the location on Laird. That defeats the purpose if I have to go to a specific location of a chain. Billy T says I think so. That mansion is near the toilet paper factory in Weston. Hilarious, says Mark Carp. Hey, man, they're paying you'd be paying like $5 million for something that would cost you 15 to 20 in another part of town. So maybe. Let's see what's going on in the world of Reddit. Your Toronto Blue Jays are 2025 American League champions. That is awesome. Not since 2015 have we been able to say that. There is Addison Barger. Basically a pair of biceps with a human body strapped to it. He launched. That guy does not hit soft dingers. Like every single home run is like 400 plus feet. And Shane Bieber, Jose Barrios, Max Scherzer. There's Alejandro Kirk. Look at all these guys. Hey, they got Trey Savage on here already. Lucas. Santander is there. Kevin Gosman, Jeff Hoffman, Springer, Jimenez. Pretty cool stuff. Greg said Kirk had 2 dingers today. One was a grand slam. That one was nuts. I think it made the front page of this. Go.
2-2 again.
They're probably going to bust me for showing a clip.
And a drive to deep left field. Gone!
That's all I'll play. If I play any more, I'll get like a copyright from Major League Baseball. But yeah, Kirk was ice cold going into this game. Howard Charco says Varsho is number 1. I like Varsho, but I would say Springer is actually number 1. He has had the best year ever. Don't know about Santander. He hasn't had enough time. He's been hurt, and like we're kind of rehabbing him during very important games. I don't know about him either. I kind of like Lucas as like an everyday outfielder instead. And Miles Straw coming off the bench is a great weapon to have, and he's super fast. Yeah, I'm not sold on Santander as well. I think next season, yeah, roll him out into spring training and make him an everyday player. Daniel Smith says fattest player in the MLB. What about Cal Raleigh? Is he not big? Kirk is just super short. Dude's like, what, 5'7", 5'8", so he just looks a lot meatier, but I think there's some bigger guys. Vlad is probably bigger than Kirk. Mark says those towers are unique and are needed. Blair Street hasn't seen much new development like that ever before in the last 1,015 years. That's quite a while. Not looking good for Bichette returning. Yeah, they're talking ALCS, not ALDS for him. Jenny Kurtzkamp says, and when is Vladdy stepping up? He stepped it up in his defense. I think just not having Bichette in the lineup has kind of gotten to him. Little too much pressure on him. The Starbucks on Lakeshore Boulevard West in Long Branch was part of... Yeah, Starbucks shutting down stores like crazy again. They went through this during the pandemic, and they're doing it again now. So they are feeling the pinch. Maybe it's because someone on this channel was banned and I no longer get Starbucks drinks super chatted to me. Maybe that's why Starbucks is going down. Oh, well, I honestly haven't even been back to Starbucks since then. Do I miss it? No. Vlad has had a great hitting season, just not as many long balls this year. Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. But if there's someone in these comments I read said we should support local and not Starbucks anyways. And then someone said that one of their local Starbucks employees was someone who transferred from a local store to a Starbucks as a barista because Starbucks had better benefits and like treated them better. So I guess there's that side of the coin too. It's not always generally local is better. I don't know. Roy Thompson Hall reflected. That is a fucking awesome shot, isn't it? Starbucks is closing 168 stores in North America. It was on your news feed this morning. Mark says nothing like walking by a bar in the middle of a Friday afternoon and a big sign up front saying $2 a beer. Starbucks refill policy is golden. If you're from Seattle, then Starbucks is your local coffee shop. China's Luckin Coffee taking over. I've heard of that. There's a lot of YouTube videos on Luckin Coffee. Did the Parkside Drive camera bandit win Ford's speed camera ban? Probably, sadly. Rainy night in TO. That's a mood. Looks like... Oh, that's Broadview. Is that Broadview and Gerard? No. That's Broadview and what? Broadview and... Because that building looks like it's burnt down, doesn't it? Why am I struggling with this? Broadview and what? Who can tell me? Broadview and Danforth? Broadview and Queen. Broadview and Queen. That's got to be Queen Street East. And we are standing right where the hotel is. Yes. I was like, where is that? That's got to be Queen, especially with all the streetcar tracks coming from every direction and going north up Broadview. That picture is a mood, but unfortunately they took it with a potato and the quality is puke emoji inducing. But cool picture. Recruiting pilots for... Oh, God, not that again. Finch to Eglinton. Thank goodness it was Finch to Eglinton this weekend. When I stepped out of my apartment yesterday and I saw the shuttle buses, I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I see a million shuttle buses on Yonge Street. This is going to suck. I just want to stay home all weekend. And then when I got to Eglinton, I noticed people were like still streaming into the station like normal. And I'm like, it's got to be just south of Eglinton, the subway is running. And fortunately, that was the case. What's with the bananas down? Oh, there was like a banana beer crawl, I think. I kind of meant to record that, but didn't get around to it. Not sure exactly what bird it is, but I was at least 3 meters away from it. So you saw a bird, you made a video of it, and then you posted it online. Toronto Boar says it was bananas. Neat. So I did a video on this. The day they were supposed to clear out the encampment at Dufferin Grove Park, they actually didn't do it. That's why my video, but apparently they went back in and finished the job last week. So there's just a photo of the results. Otters in the Humber River. That's neat. Are you going to play? I don't think I've ever seen that. 72% of you think the Yankees are going to roll right through the Red Sox. And based on how the Yankees are playing, they're playing the best baseball in the league right now. That's going to be the case. The good news is we'll be fully rested and they'll be hopefully run down from a long series with the Red Sox. Well, it can't be that long. It's like 3 games, but hopefully the Red Sox beat them up pretty good. Whippy Dude says, my Treffin Court video was interesting. Thank you. Anyways, should we just do some phone calls? Jennifer Neville Lake reflects on 10 years since the Vaughn crash that claimed the lives of her children and father. This is like the saddest story to ever be told. Look into it if you want to be really sad. It is heartbreaking. And when you read about what happened, it actually gets worse because she ended up getting divorced and then the guy ended up taking his own life, all because of a drunk driver. It is crazy. It is crazy sad. Anyways, let me get my thing fired up here. Again, let's try to keep the calls really short. That way more people can call in. But if you want to call in, 647-313-9658 just to say hello. Again, we're going to keep them pretty short tonight. We'll probably keep going for another 15, 20 minutes or so. Johnny, have you talked about the bus that almost made you an amputee on Wednesday's video? I don't remember that happening, Brad Cook. Hey, we got a phone call already. Hello there. How do I answer this? It says connecting. All right, you're going to have to call back. I don't know why that didn't answer. You're going to have to call back. That was totally not Dylan Reynolds, who calls on cue like clockwork. All right, Dylan, try calling back. There we go. Hello, Dylan.
Hi. Johnny.
How's it going, Dylan?
Well, it's going good. Today's been good.
Is your dad telling you to get off the phone?
Oh, no.
No? I think we missed the days when your dad would get mad at you and tell you to get off the phone. That was like the highlight.
Oh, yeah, he just said that now.
Did you watch the Blue Jays today?
Oh, no, I didn't. I was watching football.
Of all the things you could be watching, you watched a bunch of grown men run around a field and hug each other instead of the baseball game. Why would you do that?
Well, I'm probably not in the baseball. I am going to be watching them play the Yankees.
Cool. So do you have anything to share with us, Dylan? We're keeping our phone calls short and sweet today.
Yeah. I want to tell you, do you know that this is the first time in the major North American sports that two Toronto teams won division titles in the same year?
Oh, the Leafs and now the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Because we know it wasn't the Raptors, and I don't think the Toronto Argos or Toronto FC count as major sports. So
yeah,
neat. There we go. That's a pretty interesting fact. Hopefully the Blue Jays do not live up to how the Leafs play in the playoffs, because we're going to be in for some pain. But that's neat.
Yeah.
All right. Can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
Can we speak to Harold?
I'm right here, Johnny. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, Harold? Thank you, Dylan.
Well, I've got two lined up because this time you didn't catch me off guard. So, first one, when I was at the pharmacy collecting some pills, I held the little white bag and I said to it, "Hey, baby, what's your sign?" And to the pharmacy person, I asked, "Is this the way to pick up my prescription?"
All right.
And also we wanted to break the news that my mom came down with COVID the other day.
And my other joke for number two is the people who made Dune really missed out on a chance to have the Spice Girls on their soundtrack.
Ooh. Thank you. Thank you, Harold. And Dylan, interjecting an interesting tidbit in there that your mom, you still have COVID tests?
I can't hear.
No, my mom had COVID, Johnny.
Where did she get tested from?
Well, we got there was a drugstore right around the corner from where we live. They happened to have a few kits. $10 or $12 plus tax or something like that.
Oh, we got to pay for them now.
Oh yeah.
And that would be why 9 times out of 10, when someone has COVID, they're probably just saying they have a cold because, right?
Yeah.
Well, good on you for getting to the bottom of it, and hopefully she recovers and nobody catches it from her.
Yeah, well, that's what we're hoping too. Like Dylan and I have been taking our shots every year, and so far so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's funny you say that, because I took a COVID test a few days ago because it was expired, but I had one just because I had like a postnasal drip that kind of wouldn't go away. And I'm like, this is kind of dragging on. It better not be COVID, but it was negative as can be. So I think knowing that I can at least buy a test if I'm ever maybe I'll just buy one just to have it in case I ever come down with something that feels like a cold again. Just to
COVID. I found that it feels different, like from a cold that I've ever had. I had it like about 3 years ago. I got it on my birthday, and it was a wonderful birthday present. But it just felt really weird up in my nose. It was sort of this burning, bubbly sensation that just was really annoying.
Yeah, for me, it just feels like I have like a throat tickle that is the most annoying thing in the world that will not go away. That seems to happen every time I've had it like 6 or 7 times. So like it's but lately the last few times I had it, it goes away after like 2-3 days after I test. Like it's not like the 2-week ordeal it was at the start. So
Yeah. My wife's getting better already, so like she went to a funeral and came back with COVID. So go figure.
Oh wow. Well, thank you for calling in, Dylan. Thank you for the jokes, Mr. Reynolds, and I hope you guys have an awesome week ahead.
Yeah.
All right,
You
take
too.
care. All right, thanks for calling. Whoop, I just cut Dylan off as he was saying goodbye. Dylan and Harold Reynolds, everyone. Lisa says, I was in denial. You just thought you burned your throat on hot food. Hey, we've got another call. It says connecting. It's a 647 call, but I don't know how to get it on here. You're going to have to call back. I don't know if the software is acting up or not. Math Doctor says cold and flu season is upon us. Stay healthy. Yeah, and now that like COVID is just out there and among us, there's going to be a whole lot of people that come down with something and they're not going to know what it is. Hello there.
Hello, Johnny. It's Alex at BlogTO.
Alex, how's it going?
Hey, Johnny. Pretty good. This is my first ever time calling you. I've wanted to do that for a year now, and I finally get to do that. Second.
Well, congrats, Alex. How's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Well, yes, coming to you from not even far from where you live, Allen Road, Eglinton Avenue. Just a quick LRT trip, and boom. Actually, I was there earlier today. Oh, people are saying hi to me. Hello, Marge, Liam, and if anybody else is there, Alicia. Can't wait for Friday.
You were in Midtown earlier?
Yes, I was at Young and Eglinton.
Around when?
It was around, I think, 1:45 p.m. because I walked from. Oh no! It was 2 p.m. It was 2 p.m. actually, because I walked from the Beltline Trail to Broadway, Montgomery, up Young. I hadn't been there in a while, so yeah.
So you weren't at home watching the Blue Jays this afternoon?
No, I wasn't.
And you wear a Blue Jay hat. And sometimes so you are what we call an imposter.
Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have just exposed Alex. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no. Oh man, I'm being humiliated. I know you're just teasing though. No, seriously, I'm not a baseball fan at all, but congrats to the Blue Jays. I hope that they do well.
So you're just in it for the fashion.
Yeah.
Like one of those 10,000 chicks who walk around Toronto in like a New York Yankees or LA Dodgers hat. And it's like,
boy.
do you even know what that logo is? And they're like, it looks cool.
Yeah. Well, I always gets exposed as Kurt. Oh no. Liam, Alicia, Japan, you're going to have to protect me from this. Oh no.
Yeah, no, I'm just playing, Alex. I'm just playing.
I know. Liam does the same. I'm just a little...
Math Doctor says fashion style profiling. Well, Alex, you know what I require of our callers?
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a joke?
Oh boy. I could... Unfortunately, I can't... Well... Okay, listen. This is gonna be the lamest thing. This is gonna be the lamest thing I've ever came up with. But
everyone is watching a Johnny Stumble stream. I don't think you can outlame whatever else has happened tonight.
Okay. I have one. What do you call a little animal that's black and runs all over the place? Hint: it's on my other account's profile picture.
What do you call a little animal that's black and runs all... This sounds more like a riddle than a joke. I don't know.
Okay, fine. a black squirrel.
A black
Hey, Liam
squirrel.
got it right. Yes.
That's like the what's brown and sticky.
Oh my god.
What's brown and sticky?
Oh, okay. What's brown and sticky?
A stick. That's kind of like what your joke is.
Okay.
You're thinking of poop, but well, Alex, thank you for finally calling in. Feel free to call back in the future, and I hope you have an awesome week.
Man. Thank you so much. It was great seeing you last weekend.
All right, take care, Alex.
All right, take care. Cheerio.
Go Jays. Cheers.
Yep.
Yeah, jokes are optional. I just like to put people on the spot. But you can always chat GPT a joke, right? I don't want to accidentally... Oh! I had my Gemini up. My Google upload file. Let me try it here. Make this guy into a... Let's see if it does it. Oh, we got a phone call. I don't know why this thing is not answering phone calls properly. There, whoever just called, feel free to... Oh, it put pinstripes on the jersey. That is awful. I just told it to make me a starting pitcher. And this is what it did. It's using, like, A, the Blue Jays don't wear pinstripes. B, the Rogers Canets, look at the roof. It totally got, what stadium is this? That's not the Sky Dome. Is that a retractable roof? What's this do? Why am I in that position? Why? I should have let go of the ball or be just about to release the ball. Why is my arm down? Am I like... That is horrible. Lisa says the shadow of the hat rim doesn't match. Yeah, I don't know if it used Nano Banana for this or whatnot. But whoever just tried calling, I'm going to relaunch the app. Sorry about that. The app is being a bit buggy tonight. There we go. One of our...
Call Johnny stumbles up from the bullpen. Tell him to sit down, Mr. Carney. Johnny stumbles for Prime Minister 2026. Make Canada great again.
Chris, the Pepsi driver, $10. Call Johnny Stumbles up from the bullpen. Tell him to sit down, Mr. Carney. Johnny Stumbles for Prime Minister. I don't know if I'm the answer to any problems. The only thing I would do is make a national law that says city councilors can't rename public squares, and I would change it back to Dundas Square. And then I would call an election and let the people decide their future, and I would not run for it. But thank you, Chris, the Pepsi driver. Sorry, Aiden. I saw Aiden Thompson-McGuire was calling, and now it's ringing. This thing is acting up. Hello there.
Hi.
Hi. Who are we speaking with?
Oh, I think you know who I am.
This sounds like Sheena Roberts. Welcome back, longtime mod Sheena Roberts. How's it going?
It's going good, but you got the wrong one.
Nope, this is Sheena. I can tell that British accent a mile away.
British accent, my foot.
Mojo2112. Inhale and hold unless edibles. Thank you, Mojo, for the $2. Ladies and gentlemen, Vivian Johnson. How the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you. Just a bit on the tired side, but that's just from sitting around the hospital all the time.
You said you had to get an oil change.
More or less, yeah. My electrolytes were low and my heart was beating fast. My blood pressure was up. You know, all the things that go with old age.
And you got a clean bill of health?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, don't take chances. Yeah. Don't take chances. You know, I've lost an uncle this year, an aunt last year. Yeah. I've had relatives in and out of the hospital. Don't take chances. Yeah. Go get yourself taken care of, right?
Oh, I did.
Great.
I had no choice. Yeah. I did that. That's what I said. I'm fine. I got more medication, of course, and I'll be fine.
And thank
You're not
you.
going to get rid of me that easy.
And thank you for taking care of yourself and not doing a silly thing like modding from a hospital bed.
Oh, I had no internet, or I might have.
Oh God, don't tell me that. Here I am thinking you're taking a much needed rest for yourself, but it was really just is internet an option in hospitals? Is that something they want you to pay for?
Well, the lady in the bed next to me, she paid for service on the television so she could get the baseball game. But I don't know what it was. Something, a Roku thing they had to pay for.
It's probably highway robbery with...
I don't know what she paid. I didn't care. At first, when I went in, I didn't feel like it. And then when I felt like it, I kept thinking I was going home tomorrow. So what was the point?
Yeah.
But they kept me in longer than I thought. But I just wanted to say, so I thought I could say it on the call-in, that I wanted to thank everybody for all the nice messages and kind well wishes I got from everybody. It was very kind and nice too. It was very nice.
Well, you were missed by a lot of people. There were a lot of people asking about you, and I know we had been in touch a little bit, but I don't want to like overshare anything because I don't know what I've been told in confidence or not. So I kind of was intentionally vague, not to maybe I should have asked you, can I share this or not? Maybe next time. That's a lesson learned for me. I will just,
Yeah, well,
It
was fine. I understand that because I'm the same way. Unless you say it's okay to tell, then I don't tell. I just wait for you to tell. Because sometimes it's private with some people. I'm not that private. I don't care. But some people are very private about what's going on.
No, exactly. And when you tell something to someone, there's an expectation that they're not going to go loudmouth that to other people. And you find out very soon who your real friends are when people do stuff like that, right? So
yeah, I think so. I agree. Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I was. But I should have just asked, hey, like, can I tell everyone? Like because a lot of people were asking every stream, like, where's Vivian? How's she doing? What's she up to? Did she quit? And it was just like, I was just being vague, saying, I think we'll hear from her soon.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, you might have heard from me if I could have got internet. I would have told my daughter, bring in my computer. But I kept thinking, honestly, I thought I'd be in there overnight. And then they said it'd take a couple of days to get the electrolytes up. And I said, okay, 3 days. And then they said one of them that they had put in wasn't staying. So another day. And that's how it went for 8 days.
8 days. Holy cow. That's a long time to be in a place people don't want to spend a lot of time in.
It's a long time to be bored. And I don't get bored. But I was in there.
Did you have a rotating cast of roommates?
Oh, only 2.
Oh.
The first lady, we were really good, chummy, chatting and laughing, and everything was great. But she went to Kingston for a test, and she didn't come back. I think it might have been bad.
Oh, no.
Because she had pneumonia, and she had one lung. So, I think when she didn't come back, it was scary.
Yeah, she was probably elevated to something else, right?
Yeah, I think so. And the next lady that came in, we were super friendly. She was friendly. It was lovely. She had a large bunch of people who came in from 7 in the morning till midnight.
Ooh,
And I was just about ready to scream, but they were so nice. The whole family was so nice.
Yeah, but that's a lot of you listening to other people making noise all day, right? There's limits.
And then at night it was a baseball game.
Oh.
And you know how excited you guys would get over your baseball game.
As would any normal person.
And that's what they did. And I'm laying there thinking, oh, God, baseball game, get done, go home, please.
Well,
midnight, 11 or midnight was when they all cleared out.
Oh, that's late. They allow visitors that late? That's...
Well, some people have special priorities when you're one of your family members is a nurse at the hospital and takes over, you sort of, I don't know. It was more than I liked, but then that's not me.
Well, you sound as chipper as ever, so
Oh, yeah.
so that's a good
am.
sign. You're 100% back, up and running. I peeked at Ken. I saw you in the chat there, so
Yep.
you're back
Oh,
on
yeah.
back on keyboard duty.
I'm back on keyboard duty, so look out, trolls and nasty people.
You missed a 3.5-hour stream I did last week.
I heard about that. I'm glad I missed it. That's too long.
Well, just for you, I'm gonna have to do another one that long this week.
Oh, God, no.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
And we're gonna test you. I've hired 10 trolls, and they're gonna be making comments, and we're gonna see how. And you're gonna be rated on how you handle them.
Oh, well, I won't be any problem. I'll just knock them out. I'll use a baseball bat, and I'll knock them out.
Well, Vivian, thank you for the update. I'm sure a lot of people are really, really glad to see you're back, myself included. Yeah. And
I am glad to be back. I missed everything. I missed the fun of whatever people's talking about, and I just missed everything.
Awesome. Well, you were missed as well. And I'll let you off the hook. You won't have to tell a joke unless you have one.
Well, that's good, because I don't have any jokes. I'm joked out.
Well, that makes a few.
Yeah.
Well,
just thank everybody. That's all.
Well,
that's all
no,
I want
thank
to say.
you. Thank you for being you and for helping out and just being a friendly member of the community. And yeah, we're all glad you're back.
Thanks, Johnny.
All right.
Okay, we'll see you in the morning.
9 a.m. I won't fuck it up and post it for the wrong day. It's a walk through Graffiti Alley. Lisa's going to be doing cartwheels.
Are you going to join us tomorrow?
I woke up at 8:55 this morning. I hit the snooze on my watch, and then I never woke up till 11 a.m.
Oh, my word.
I was like,
we figured you were snoozing in.
yeah, I was snoozing. But thank you, Vivian.
Okay, thanks.
It's very nice to hear from you, and may this not happen again for a very long time. Okay.
Oh, I hope so. Okay, thanks, Johnny.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Take care. Bye. That was Vivian, our trusty moderator, all the way from Belleville. She had an 8-day stay. Unfortunately, it wasn't at the Ritz, but it sounds like they took good care of her, and she seems to be in good spirits. Hey, we've got another phone call here. Hello there. Oh, it says connecting. I don't know what's going on with this app. Did they update the app? Did they update iOS? It's a 437 number calling in. Try calling back. Whoever that was, 437. Oh, now we've got a... What is going on with this app? This is not my real phone number. Oh, now we've got a 647 number calling in. Hello there.
Hey, Strides.
Hey, who are we speaking with?
Epic National.
Epic National. How's it going, Epic National?
Doing good.
Liam,
Yeah, phase one.
did you watch the
Yeah,
Blue Jay game today?
I was sadly at work until 4 o'clock, so no, I did not. I watched it when I got home.
Oh, that's good. You still had half the game to
Yeah.
see, probably.
Yeah.
Chris Mills says, I need to update my Fongo. Probably, Chris Mills. I apologize to the people who tried to call in and didn't get through tonight. I'm going to update my Fongo for next week.
Yeah.
Alicia Lewis says, hey. So, no accidents at work? Everything went well?
Huh? No accidents.
You didn't rip your head open again?
No.
That I don't know where that came from.
I don't know either.
All right, Liam, do you have anything to share with us?
No, besides Alicia's birthday on Friday.
It's Alicia's birthday.
Yeah.
Is there a big shindig going on?
Didn't she tell you about it? Well, yeah.
I don't know. I'm out of the loop on these things.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm working until 5 o'clock, so I might not even be there.
All right. Well,
like
I'll
6:15.
I'll take a peek into the Instagrams that I very seldom take a peek into.
Yeah. Hey, Alex.
Well, happy birthday in advance, Alicia.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else to share with us, Liam?
No, not really, because I'm working all week and I had to record a video tomorrow, go live maybe.
You had to record a video tomorrow.
Yeah, because I have the whole week working, so.
Well, good.
Working all the way into Friday.
Well, good luck with that. Do you have a joke for us?
Yeah, actually I do.
Okay, let's hear it.
I told my computer I need to have a break, and now it won't stop sending me Kit Kats.
Ha! Have a break. Have a Kit Kat bar.
Yeah.
Well, Liam, thank you for calling in, and I'm sure we'll see you around on the streets. Take care, buddy.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye. That was Liam. And again, sorry for the people who tried to call in and couldn't. But we're going to wrap this one up. I think what I'm going to do to celebrate the Blue Jays is have myself a Howard Charco cookie and watch a movie. Tomorrow's video is uploaded. Thumbnail is done. I have no work to do tonight. So I'm just going to relax. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Alicia Lewis, Christos, Jennifer Gallus, Sal Smith, Phuket Walk, Alex, Lisa, Harold Reynolds, and everyone. Chris, the Pepsi driver, singing happy birthday to Alicia.
Happy birthday, Alicia. Happy birthday, Alicia. Happy birthday, Alicia. Happy birthday, Alicia. Happy birthday, Alicia. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Chris, the Pepsi driver. I don't know why I get $5 to celebrate Alicia's birthday, but if I see her, I'll buy her a drink with that. A Pepsi product. Thank you, Chris, the Pepsi driver. Aiden Thompson McGuire, member for 2 months. Thank you, Aiden Thompson McGuire. Yes, channel members. Thank you so much to the Johnny Stumbles channel members. Speaking of channel members, I need to upload a members exclusive video for the other channel. But I apologize, Aiden Thompson McGuire. Thank you. I apologize. I missed your call. I tried to answer it, but I was having problems with my app. I'll update that. Jenny K says you're in for a Jays watch party. I don't know about next Saturday, but the next game after that, for sure, we will try to make something happen. But thank you so much. I hope you have an awesome week. Go Jays, go, etc. I'm going to go get fucked up on a very strong cookie and watch some very stupid movies. But thank you so much, guys. Yoink. And welcome back, Vivian and Sheena.